Hello everyone, and welcome back to Craftoria. It's been a little while, but I did spend some time doing some stuff. Um, First off, I improved the automation as far as this goes. So as you can see now, I'm making some mineral salts, mineral alchemical salts. Um, I did add more automation here, so it goes ahead and extracts stuff right as it comes out. There's more mineral salts in there. There's more mercury shards in here. All powered by this guy, the mercury catalyst, and these ones, the caloric flux emitters. These go ahead and produce heat instead of using the pyromantic braziers. I did also go ahead and do a little bit of enchanting. I've also got an enchantment library here that has started up. Today we're going to be trying to get to the enchantment extractor here, but in order to do that, for this we're going to need pink slime. Now pink slime, if I'm remembering correctly, is from the mob crusher. As it is, I have the mob slaughter factory. No, that's right. The mob crusher gives you items as well as experience. The mob slaughter factory is the one that produces pink slime. So this is actually the one that we need anyway. I did also do some hostile neural networks stuff. So the way that you go ahead and start that is you go ahead and grab a deep learner. You grab a model framework, and you go ahead and click on an entity here, and it builds a data model. And then in order to go ahead and start using that data model in either of these two machines, it's actually in the simulation chamber here, you need to go ahead and kill 6 mobs. Depending upon, I guess it's 6 mobs per all of them. Oh no. So this one here, it says data per kill 1, and data collected is 6. So for like something like the Ender Dragon, you would need to kill 2 of them in order to go ahead and start using them at, I think it's the basic tier in the simulation chamber. I don't think... Oh, the Elder Guardian is also one that you only have to kill 2 of. Yeah, the rest are all you have to go ahead and kill 6 before you get the basic data model that you have to use. I did do a little bit of rewiring and stuff. So now I've got the blazing energy cables. I do have a ender cell which powers all of these little things, the ender gates. Powers them wirelessly, so I can use them not only anywhere in the world, but also anywhere in any of the other worlds. So like the Nether, I can go ahead and place something down and put an ender gate on that. Speaking of, I think I've got the rest of them in here. Place an ender gate on that, and it will go ahead and power it there. And so long as I keep it active, keep the chunks loaded over there, like these are, I can go ahead and keep it going almost indefinitely, depending upon, again, my my power generation. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, I got a purple from that. I did notice that because I killed the Ender Dragon before killing the Wither, I ended up getting the Pinnacle tier unlocked before the Summit tier. And then I went ahead and went in, and I have it on Pinnacle right now. So I completely skipped over the Summit tier because I didn't slay the Wither yet. We will probably be doing that here pretty soon, but I also know that the wither is, how shall I put this, a bit harder in this playthrough here. Thank you for that. I did upgrade all of my stuff to Eclipse Alloy tier because I was able to get the Shadow Pulse Goo. Shadow Pulse Goo, that needed the Skulk Shriekers, that needed Echo Shards, and it needed Skulk itself from all from the Underdark and the Ancient Cities. These Echo Shards you can go ahead and find in the Ancient Cities, or you can go ahead and kill the Warden for them, which I haven't done yet. So, what you do with the Shadow Pulse Goo is you go ahead and place netherite blocks around it, and it'll go ahead and create Eclipse Alloy ingots here. And then you can go ahead and make them into... Where'd I put them? There they are. Eclipse Alloy templates. To go ahead and upgrade all your stuff into Eclipse Alloy stuff. Which is why I also upgraded my my wand here. Oh, hey. There's a purple guy somewhere. I want to go ahead and capture him. I ended up making more creature captures because... or more creature catchers, yes. Because I wanted to go ahead and fight these guys kind of head on. This sword, because I ended up getting some orange tier stuff from looting and everything. This sword also has a 3.5% chance. It's right there at the top. To have enemies become a loot pinata, or to basically explode loot everywhere. So this stuff can all go away. This netherite helmet can go in here. Ooh, that gave me some netherite scrap for that. Cool. Which means they probably updated Apotheosis a little bit. That can go in there. And that can go away too. I mostly want to go ahead and fight the purple and orange tier guys, but I also want to go ahead and get Enchanting going. So, back to Apotheosis. I believe our next one to go ahead and do are the deep shelves. So that takes cracked deep slate tiles and books here. But again, we also need to make sure that we get some mob slaughtering going. So I will probably go for a different mod called Pipes. Specifically because they have a universal pipe that requires fluid pipes, energy pipes, and item pipes. Item, energy, and fluid. Here we go. And then universal. Okay, so gonna need 6 iron, 2 droppers, and a redstone dust. That means 2 redstone dust because you need 1 redstone for each. Oh, right, 3 redstone dust because you need 1 redstone for each dropper. So make that, take that out of there, and there we go. There's our item pipes. I'm gonna need 2 redstone blocks and 1 redstone dust. I did also put some stack tier multipliers in here, so that way the chests are a little more cohesive, I guess. I think I'm gonna need to grab another one and put it in here. There we go. 6 more iron. There's that. And then I need 2 buckets and another redstone. I said 1 redstone. Thank you. Okay, now for each of these, looks like I'm gonna need 2 iron and 1 redstone block. And it'll take 2 of these per, which means that'll be 8 in total. So 16 and 8 redstone blocks. Damn, 48 universal pipes. Now that should be able to go ahead and let me get, I'm also going to grab, there's 1. Where are you in here? And you. And you. Oh, that's right, because those are for the mob crusher here. At least I think. I don't know why the redstone comparator's in there. Either way, I also need to get another basic fluid tank, so 4 and 4. And then let's go ahead and upgrade them. To ultimate tier, that's 24, so 24. Oh, that's right, I didn't even get elite fluid tanks yet. Well, now I have. As well as the ultimate fluid tanks. Now these, I'm gonna go ahead and place over here. Gonna place the mob slaughter factory right here. Is that right? Yes. And then can I place... Uh-oh, lag. There we go. I cannot. Okay. That means instead I will need to make an ender cell. Let's go with blazing tier. Yes. Yeah, screw it. Let's continue on with blazing tier. Need one of these to go ahead and craft into one of those. Dielectric casings. Oh, that's right, I need the 2 ender eyes. Eyes of ender, whatever. Okay, so over here I went ahead and upgraded my energizing rods to blazing tier, as well as most of my thermo generators to blazing tier. I did put the one niotic in here after, in between episodes. Alrighty. And what was it for obsidian? Okay. There we are. 2 blazing ender cells. I'm going to take this one away because I don't know if there's a way to add a filtering function here. You are on... Yes, you're on the first one. Cool, good. So from there, that means that this should... Hello? Where's your power? Okay. Um, does that mean that I'm going to need to grab... some power cables? Let's see if this will do the trick, or if I need to go ahead and make some energy pipes. You do not want to connect. Why don't you want to connect? Okay, so 6 more iron, 2 redstone blocks, and a redstone dust. Is there a pipes wrench? There is. 2 sticks, 2 flint. Sticks are in here. Flint is over here. Pipe wrench, yep. You don't want to connect. Ah, I see. Okay. Ahaha. So the working area is this whole lit up area here. Does that come out the back a little bit? It does not. Cool. Cool. Now all I will need is probably some upgrades for this guy, as well as a lever for the mob spawner here. So at Industrial Foregoing, the upgrades we want to make are not those ones. Tier 2, Tier 2, and Tier 2. That's going to be 1 bucket of latex, 2 glass panes, 2 redstone, 2 sugar. Let's go ahead and make, let's say 8 of them. Actually, how many can this hold? Where are you at? Dissolution chamber. You can hold 8 buckets. Yep, cool. And seeing as it uses a bucket each time, I think we're good. So 2 glass panes, which means 16. This way it'll go ahead and let me look at the recipe beforehand. And then I'll need 16 diamond gears, which I'm pretty sure is 64 diamonds. 7 and 1 make 64. Yep. Okay, now all I need is the 8 buckets of latex. Another fluid canister. That way I don't have to use a whole bunch of buckets for this, or go back and forth with said buckets. And there we are. Making our first speed tier 2 upgrade. And that goes ahead and increases the speed at which the machine processes. There's also an efficiency tier upgrade. So the time reduction, it says here the ETA is 4 seconds. The time reduction would be minus 20%, so that'd be more like 3 seconds. And then the processing power here would be 3 times as fast. So instead of it being, if this could actually do it, instead of it doing 1 item at a time, it would do 3 crafts at a time. But I also don't think that the dissolution chamber can do it. Alrighty. So there's that one done. Now we need we need another 16 diamond gears. Looks like 32 diamond gears total, so we'll go ahead and do that. $32 right there. We need 16 blaze rods. I have 12. Good to know, because I have a way to get more. Let's go back in here. Let's go ahead and place this one here and this one right above it. I'll grab my ender gates. And voila, they are filling up with energy. what I want to do now is grab my Blaze data model and some prediction matrices. So in the simulation chamber, you go ahead and put the prediction data model up here. And then you go ahead and put some prediction matrices up here. It'll go ahead and create, oh, what are they called? The generalized nether predictions. Because it's a blaze and it comes from the nether, so that's what it would make there. And then it'll also go ahead and make some blaze predictions down here, depending upon whether it fails or not. So that time it failed, it wouldn't create a blaze prediction. Here we go, succeeded, and it created a blaze prediction. You go ahead and grab these predictions, and you put them in the loot fabricator. And there we go. I now have 16 blaze rods. I'm also going to need 8 furnaces and 8 crafting tables. What am I doing? There we go. 8 furnaces. That's 64 cobblestone. There we are. I also need the redstone and the glass panes. Okay. Back over here. Go ahead and put the latex in there. Now this, again, decreases the processing time. So, oh, I guess it's still 4 seconds. It's going to be on the lower end of 4 seconds, I think. No, it's still 3 seconds. Yeah, it's 3 seconds. So I was right in the first place. Grab another 8 buckets of latex here. We got 7 of those, cool. Now we need these ones. And that's a processing tier, or processing add-on. Which again, if this could do more than one process, it would go ahead and make it create 3 items instead of 1. And that's the last of those upgrades. Cool. I can also go ahead and put these upgrades in here. So they'll run a little bit faster and a little bit more. And then I can also put them in here. So what I want to do is this can go away, this can go in my backpack along with my other wrenches. These can go away, that can go away. Lever, that's what I was doing, yes. That's a purple. I'm gonna leave it be. Especially because it's an Enderman and it was just over there a second ago, but it's also raining out, so started zipping around. Ow. This should go ahead and spawn some blazes. I did go ahead and mess with the blaze spawner, so there is a redstone control. It ignores light. There is no AI. It's silent, so the mobs are silent. The no AI means that the mobs don't move around. There's no special actions that they can do or anything. And the echoing property actually increases the loot that they drop. So I have it as echoing 2. I think it can go up to echoing 3. Oh, that's right. I need the other. Actually, I don't. I can just place it on top of this one here. And you are not gaining power, so I'm going to go ahead and grab another one of these. Where'd they go? They're up here. There we go, gaining power. There's pink slime, there's liquid meat. Now, all of this can go ahead and be learned in the Monster Mayhem tab. So, Apothic spawners. To obtain a spawner, you must break a vanilla spawner with Silk Touch. Every spawner will have the same stats and can be modified to be better. With pistons, there's a +2 spawn range. That's the radius in which the mobs can spawn in. Mobs will be set on fire if you have a campfire on there, but because we're spawning blazes, fire doesn't harm them. Echoing with the echo shards, spawned mobs will drop extra loot, increasing with level. Pointed dripstone decreases their initial health. Nether quartz will remove any modifications. You place the quartz in your offhand, and the same modifier you want to remove in your primary hand, it will consume the modifier, not the quartz. So if you were to go ahead and place pointed dripstone, like right-click pointed dripstone with the into the Apothic spawners, you will go ahead and decrease their health. But if you held another quartz in your offhand while putting the pointed dripstone in the spawner, it would increase their health. Gas tiers, that's a max of +2 +2 for the max entities. A conduit, that the spawner ignores spawn conditions. I think this also means that it can be as far away from the player as you want it to be. There's also this one. The Nether Star ignores ignores a player nearby, so it doesn't need to have a player nearby. The spawner that we do have now does need absolutely a player nearby. And actually, because I have some gas tiers, got a lot of gas tiers, I'm gonna go ahead and click a few into this spawner so you all know exactly what I'm talking about. So max entity is 6 here. I think it goes up to 32. Yes. Creating a horde. And you see here, raise the max level, the max nearby entities of a spawner to 32. I did get quite a few spawners. I did also make another Paxel that I raised to Eclipse tier. The first one I ended up enchanting with Silk Touch and Efficiency 4 here. And then the second one I'm probably going to enchant with, well, I'm most definitely going to be enchanting with Fortune once I go ahead and get a high enough level of Fortune in enchanting. And I can be in that room while there's stuff spawning because, first off, this mob slaughter factory doesn't affect me, doesn't affect players at all. It only affects the mobs around, and because these mobs have no AI, they're not going to go ahead and attack me. Continuing on, redstone control. This means that you can go ahead and turn off the spawner, hence the lever that I went ahead and put on it. Prismarine crystals, how far a player can be before spawning stops. Okay, that's good to know. But I also want to go ahead and fight the wither anyway. Clocks decrease the minimum or the maximum spawn delay. So I think the minimum for the maximum as far as the spawn delay is 20 ticks yeah, I think it's either 20 ticks or 10 seconds. It's in ticks. So the maximum spawn delay, I think it's 20 ticks, so 1 second rather. And then the minimum spawn delay, I think is sugar. The minimum number of ticks between spawns. So the minimum for that would be 20 as well. Fermented spider eye is the number of entities spawned at once. So you can go ahead and create a maximum horde of, I think it's 16 being spawned all at once. With each fermented spider eye increasing it by 2. I've only got 7 spider eyes. How do I get more? Well, that's not much, but do I have any? I'm not seeing them. Yes, I do. 9, and actually, now that I think about it, I need to go back in for 9 sugar. Okay, let's just grab the rest of our sugar cane, turn it into sugar, and we can place these into our spawner as well. Is my sugar cane all grown? It looks like it. Oh, okay. I guess it's 100 for this pack. And the spawn count is 8, apparently, for this pack. Put all that away. Now go sit back over by the spawner. Wool makes the entities that are spawned be completely silent. If you get a turtle egg, It will always spawn a baby entity when possible. The Soul Lantern ignores light levels, so you don't have to have the area be dark. Chorus Fruit, that's what makes the spawned entities have no AI and not able to attack anybody. I should definitely grab more clocks because this maximum spawn delay of 800 is a little annoying. So I have 4 clocks here. Let's go with 16 and another 4 clocks. Let's see how much that will do. It decreases it by 10 per. Which means in order to go ahead and get it to, I think it's going to be 100, the same as the minimum spawn delay up at the top there. In order to get it to 100, we will need another 62 clocks. That is an insane amount of gold. I am getting a bunch of pink slime and a bunch of liquid meat here. The liquid meat, I can probably... see. Transfer of fluids. I'm gonna need another cobblestone and another stick. And then I think it's actually 5 cobblestone and 3 stone, as well as a bucket. For a fluid trash can. Now if I right click this, it'll go ahead and turn redstone sensitivity on. And if I go ahead and turn on the lever, it'll go ahead and turn off the pipe. This fluid trash can I'm going to go ahead and use as an overflow for this. That way, as you can see, we're gaining much more liquid meat than we are pink slime. So if I end up overflowing on liquid meat, I can go ahead and dump whatever is in there and still gain more pink slime. Now if we want to go for the deep shelves, again we'll need dormant deep shelves. That's cracked deep shelf tiles. Cracked deep slate tiles, my mistake. 10? Yeah, I think 10 will do. Grab my chisel here. Grab this, turn them into cracked deep slate tiles, and voila. Out the door, thank you very much. Infusion criteria not met. What do I need to infuse you? Requires at least 40 Arcana, requires at least 40% Quanta, and requires at least 60 Eterna. Eterna is the level that you use to go ahead and enchant stuff. Quanta is the kind of the min-maxing of stuff. So at a minimum, it'll go ahead and let's see, 60% or 40% of 60. That's 2/5. So at a minimum, that'll go ahead and take 24 levels off of 60, which is 36? 36, yes. Or it'll go ahead and make it, instead of 60, at a maximum, it'll be 80, the enchantment will be at level 84. Arcana increases the rarity of levels, but it also, when you get to higher Arcana, it decreases the more common rarity enchantments that are available. Makes rare enchantments more common and increases the number of enchantments. Increases underlying randomness, quantic stability, lessens the negative effects, and sets the max enchanting level, as I just said. So, because we don't have 40 Arcana, I'm going to need to go ahead and find a way to get more Arcana. There's some here. But that only increases it by 3.3 to be exact. So let's go for nope, okay. Magenta candles. Ah, but they have to be occultism candles. Okay. Now for occultism, the way to go ahead and get tallow is, if I remember correctly, it's 3 sticks and 2 iron. No. Ah, butcher knife. This item has been disabled if you're playing in single player. Okay. Then how does one get the... Weird, they even took it off the thing. Okay. Then why not make it not uncraftable? Dictionary of Spirits. Any book? Okay, cool. Which means I can grab some Demon's Dream Seeds, grab a regular book. Hey, there we go. Dictionary of Spirits. I'm just going to go ahead and click through because I know most of this. Here we are. Candles. candles provide key ingredient for large candles. Kill large animals like pigs, cows, or sheep with a butcher's knife to harvest tallow. And I just made a butcher's knife. Okay. I guess we're doing it again. Ooh, hey! There's an orange name somewhere nearby. Where are you? There you are. Are you kidding me? Okay, fine then. There's another way to go ahead and capture an entity like him. I think it's 4 of these and an ender pearl, 4 plastic sheets, like that. Nope. Okay. Oh, and a ghast tear. My mistake. Where did I put my ghast tears? There they are. Mob imprisonment tool. Ha! Got him. You're mine, Breeze. That's right. I was going to go ahead and kill a whole bunch of peaceful mobs with this. And hopefully it actually does work. Hey, there we go. Yep. So the tooltip is wrong. Don't know why they would put that on there in the first place, but you know. There looks to be piggies over here. Piggy, yes. Another piggy. Cow. I will always take a cow. Thank you. Oh, hey, more mushrooms. Cool. Lots of mushrooms. Oh, yeah. So, with the Eclipse Gate wand, it goes ahead and gives you the ability to make an Eclipse Gate, which is what that just was. It's like a portable hole from another very much older Minecraft mod. But it allows you to go ahead and go through blocks, kind of like that. Okay, I am not seeing much in the way of animals. Here we go. It's a little better. Ha! Sheep. Thank you. pigs. More sheep. Ah! Yeah. Did a wolf take that sheep down? Dang. More piggies, there we are. Yes, I am just slaughtering all of the animals I can find. Hopefully one more. Oh, so close to a full stack. There's a piggy over here. There we go, one full stack. Back over here. Grab a full stack of that. Throw away all the seeds I just got. Toss away all the mob drops. And apparently the oak logs that I just had. The breeze can go back in there. Grab some tallow. Grab some string. Got some large candles. Cool. So, since there's 20 there, we'd need another 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Cool. Now all I need is 60 levels, and I can go ahead and start infusing these bad boys. I'm just going to retrieve all. No, I don't actually want to do that now that I think about it. The reason why I don't want to do that is because Minecraft and their leveling mechanics, they tend to take off the top, and with each level needing more and more to go ahead and gain more levels, you end up taking more and more experience. Now with me going 70, this only means that I'm going to be taking 3 levels per, but I also wanted to go ahead and go ahead and enchant these guys more than one at a time. I mean, still technically enchanting them one at a time, but you get my drift. Okay. Now let's do 63. That'll give me that one and that one. Now the top tier for these guys, they are the Soul Touch Deep Shelf, and the Soul Touch Skulk Shelf. These need... Oh, no. I grabbed the wrong ones. It's the Echoing Skulk Shelf is the other one. Yes. So the Soul Touch Skulk Shelf and the Echoing Skulk Shelf. Both of them need Warden Tendrils, which you get from the Warden. So you actually have to go ahead and kill the Warden in order to go ahead and get these. However, for these, I need Skulk and I need Soul Lanterns. For these, I need Echo Shards, oof, and Candles, oof. I did just get the ability to go ahead and make large candles, obviously with having the butcher knife, which I'm going to go ahead and put in my backpack, as well as the chisel that I didn't realize I still had out. We will do more with occultism later on, but for right now I'm just leaving this stuff in my bag as a reminder for later. So we want to make the Soul Touch Deep Shelf and the Echoing Deep Shelf. Now I know for a fact that I have one Echo Shard. Singular. There's multiple different ways that you can go ahead and get one. A possessed Warden. That's going to be a pain. I can go back to the ancient city, but I also have a chance to spawning a Warden when I get there, especially with all of the Skulk sensors that end up, I guess, talking to the Skulk Shriekers there. Or I can just stave off that for a moment. What I will definitely do is go ahead and make 5 of these Soul Touch Deep Shelves. The reason why 5 is because half of the deep shelves that are here. So I need more soul lanterns, which means I need more soul torches. Soul fruit, huh? Okay. So 1 soul sand, 1 stick. And I don't think it can be the lignite coal, but I can go ahead and try again. No, can't be the lignite coal, but it can be regular coal for a sword torch. Yes. That makes me more lanterns. And then all I need to do is grab a whole bunch of skulk from my bank here. And Soul Touch Deep Shelf. Now what I'll need to do to go ahead and get it to the Soul Touch Skulk Shelf is use the Skulk Catalyst here, which it looks like I'll need at least 1 more. Yes. And B, kill the Warden a whole bunch of times. As for right now, I'm not really willing to do that, so I am going to place them here. That gives me up to a level of 75, and that is all fine and dandy by me. Now for the other shelf that I want to go ahead and make, that's going to need Infused Dragon's Breath, which will need at least level 80. And that's going to mean that I'll have to go ahead and face the Warden. Which we can go ahead and see about doing after we go ahead and get enchantment going. That breeze I actually wanted to go ahead and put in here. Yes, please. Where are you at? You were over here. Okay, cool. Got you. Ha 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 ha. Chancellor Zomid the Legendary. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that off here. I will probably see about getting the enchantment extractor up and running in between episodes. At least get to the advanced machine frame before then. That way you all can go ahead and see what is going on as far as the enchantment extractor and what I will be doing with it. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.